Hey guys, what up? Total Control 871 chiming in with my next installment of bicycle safety, bicycle laws. This is Chicago Police Department. Like I say, like I've been advocating, I don't pull this stuff out of my ass. It's ubiquitous, practically the nation over. It falls under different titles, different statutes, stuff like that. But it really is almost universal. There are some states that have more cycling safety than others. As we'll learn here, that Chicago, it does have a 3-foot law. So Chicago, Illinois is not a 007 license to kill state. Let's give a listen here.
Hello, I'm Beatrice Quayle, Deputy Superintendent of the Chicago Police Bureau Patrol. The City of Chicago encourages people to bicycle for transportation to reduce traffic congestion and pollution. More and more, people are cycling on city streets, and motorists and bicyclists must share the road. Every day, lives are endangered because of careless or reckless driving and bicycling. This video will help you identify and enforce Chicago's traffic laws, preventing injuries and saving lives. With increased cycling in Chicago, this type of enforcement is more important than ever. In Chicago, we share the road.
I'm Sergeant Karl Scherer of the Chicago Police Department. I've ridden a bike in the line of duty, and those of us who ride here know it can be tough. Police officers and serious cyclists told us just how challenging it is to ride in the city.
You have a lot of people that's driving while it's just crazy nowadays.
Motorists feel like they have an exclusive right to the road because that's what they're used to.
When I'm riding, I usually take Archer Avenue, and I'm constantly getting buzzed, honked at.
A lot of people don't consider a bike something they need to stop for.
I'm a legal road user, like I should be out there. I don't understand why 30 seconds isn't worth my life.
You definitely have to be aware at all times out here, and can't really let your guard down at all.
When people are trying to go to and from work, they're just in a hurry, so they're not paying as close attention.
They're eating, putting their makeup on, doing their hair.
Especially in the loop, everybody's going everywhere, and bikers are just left in the dust. It's kind of scary.
People are speeding and going faster than they probably should be, not slowing down and taking the time to think about what's going on out there.
A lot of people never get on a bike, so they don't understand what risk we're at every day.
Motorists are not aware of bicyclists as they're driving, and if they see a bicyclist, they give very little room. I have a lot of issues with motorists when I'm on a bike.
Some people think bikes don't belong on the road.
I don't honestly think they should be on the street.
But under state and local laws, bikes do belong on the road. In fact, unless they're on a designated bike trail, cyclists age 12 and older are not allowed to ride on the sidewalks. This means that they have to ride on the street with the cars. Chicago has laws on how bicyclists ride in traffic and how motorists drive around them. Drivers don't always see things from a bicyclist's perspective. Cyclists don't always have a motorist's view of things, and people don't always know the laws.
Some woman flipped my bike and I went flying. And she stopped for a second and said, "Oh my God, what did I do?" And then she took off.
A woman pulled across the lane next to mine, and I went flying right into her. I could barely get off the ground, but she just drove off. And I'm pretty sure that she did not feel that she had done anything wrong.
And even if motorists know the laws, there's so much going on in city traffic that they don't always see bicyclists. Through proper enforcement, officers can help make drivers aware.
Sir, we take very seriously the safety of all persons on the roads, including cyclists.
Under MCC 940-160, motorists are required to exercise due care for bicyclists just as they would for pedestrians. That means watching out for them, driving defensively, and treating bicyclists the same way they would treat the driver of a motor vehicle. So let's talk about the most dangerous situations between cars and bikes. Intersections are at the top of the list. In Chicago, it's illegal to turn right in front of a bicyclist, just like it's illegal to turn in front of a mass transit bus.
An SUV came up behind me and turned right in front of me, and it threw me over the handlebars, and it actually tore out part of my mustache. The vehicle involved did not stop. I have no idea whether they even knew it happened.
Drivers have a responsibility to look for bike riders and yield to them before making the turn. If they fail to yield, cite them with violation MCC 916020F Frank, improper right turn in front of a bicycle. The same goes for making a left turn in front of a bicyclist. Violation MCC 916020E Edward, yield the right of way to a bicycle on left turn. Misjudging the speed of a bike could cause a fatal crash. On the other hand, caution costs just a few seconds. Drivers must also use caution when passing bicyclists. In Chicago, motorists must leave at least 3 feet of space between their vehicle and a bike.
It's almost like an extension of personal space. I've had cars literally on a ride home where I've had the same car about knock me off 2 or 3 different times.
It's very nerve-rattling when cars passing you 6 inches and you're on a bike.
I mean, how many people are aware of the fact that there's a 3-foot rule now with biking? People don't know that.
So drivers who pass bicyclists at an unsafe distance should be cited under MCC 936010C Charlie, overtaking bicyclists at an unsafe distance. Before opening the door of a car, drivers have an obligation to check for traffic coming from behind, especially bikes. Failure to do this can cause a dangerous crash, what bicyclists call dooring, and we call violation MCC 980035 open door in traffic. This can happen on either side of a vehicle. Even if the door doesn't hit the bicyclist, it could force them to swerve into traffic, and if a crash results, the person who opened the door is legally responsible. Bicyclists are also at risk when people drive in the bike lanes. Drivers who use bike lanes to get through traffic should be cited for violating ordinance MCC 940060. Driver parked vehicle on bike lane, path, or marked shared lane. This ordinance also prohibits parking or standing in a bike lane or marked shared lane. That's because it endangers bicyclists by forcing them to merge with faster moving traffic. Vehicles parked in bike lanes and marked shared lanes are subject to a fine and immediate towing. Illegally parked cars aren't the only dangers that cyclists have to contend with. Oftentimes, they'll have to ride further out in a travel lane to avoid road hazards, getting doored, or when a lane is too narrow for them to travel safely next to cars and trucks.
When a lane is
State
too
law,
narrow.
IBC 11-1505
I like how he said
Adam,
that.
position of bicycles and motorized pedal cycles on roadways, allows people to bike further out into the travel lane in order to stay safe. Subsection B of the same statute permits bike riders to travel in the left lane on a one-way street. Cyclists are also permitted to turn left from the extreme left lane under IBC 11-1510 Adam left turns. So far, we've covered motorists' responsibilities towards bicyclists and bicyclists' rights on the road. But what about bicyclists' responsibilities? Just like motorists, bicyclists also have to yield to pedestrians.
We don't need to get into all that what cyclists are responsible for. You don't need to pay attention to that. I'm just kidding. I know that I have a lot of subscribers out there that are pro-car. So I want you guys to go over to the to Chicago Bikes' channel here and their video traffic enforcement of bicycle safety. So yes, I'm deliberately leaving a cliffhanger. I'm going to link it down below. You can watch the entire video and play over your favorite parts over and over again. But I just simply wanted to give you a little taste of that and let you guys know. The purpose of this particular video is to let you know that I'm not making this stuff up. You guys hear me talk a lot about Title 39, 414, points 1 and 2. It's a lot of the laws are universal throughout America. They fall under different statutes, different codes, you know. Some states are more safe than others. I know, how crazy is this that we're talking about Chicago murder capital of the world and shit, or some shit like that. What do they call its nickname? Chirac, Iraq, or Chicago. You know, it's like we're talking about Chicago. Anyway, that's the purpose of today's video. I want you to understand that I don't make up my terminology, and that there's an entire community that understand what we have to go through. I'm very grateful to the Chicago Police Department for their video, and I'll like I said, I'm definitely leaving a cliffhanger. I like the way Sergeant Scherer ended the video. I thought that was very clever, and yes, it is important to be mindful of cyclists, because you don't know who it is that you could possibly be hitting. So, all right, guys, that's it. Oh my God, it's a vacancy over there. Where's the Black Rider? Black Rider is in the shop, and I'm stressing. I need my transportation, dude. It's like I don't feel good. It's raining, it's overcast, it's shit. Oh yeah, by the way, speaking of the overcast, I am sorry that the sound was a little off. Like a couple seconds before or after, or whatever it was, you know, the synchronization was a little off, sorry. But streaming gets a little choppy when it's overcast conditions. So, all right, can't wait for the Black Rider to get out the hospital. Anxious to get some miles logged on her, and yeah, I'll begin the migration process of evacuating the apartment here. My host has been most gracious, allowing me to stay here. So start moving things back over to the campsite, sweep and mop the floor, clean up behind myself before turning in the keys. It was nice while it lasted. All right, guys, Total Control 871.